This person says, what are Angel Reese's top 5 performances pre-All-Star break? Alright, this should be good. Alright, so the 5 that I pick aren't going to be just about counting stats because stuff like narratives and level of competition matters. And I've got to say the first 7 or so games aren't really going to be taken into consideration. Too much losing, and she wasn't really playing her best either from a scoring perspective. Alright, so in 5th, I have the triple-double against Connecticut. This was an absolutely amazing game, efficient in all areas, as she had an above-league average true shooting percentage and only 2 turnovers to go along with 11 assists. The playmaking was the most impressive part. All assists aren't created equal. There's a difference between passing to someone off of already made plays and advantages and actually collapsing the defense and creating advantages yourself, which is real playmaking, and that's what most of her assists were. Also, none of the 13 rebounds were off her own miss, so there's nothing to really hate on. But the reason why it's not higher is because Michaela and HVO completely shifted the game in the Sky's favor in the second half, so it couldn't be over performances where Angel single-handedly willed the Sky to the win. Also, at the end of the day, it's against Connecticut. But number 5 is a solid spot for it. For a lot of WNBA players, a triple-double would be the best performance of their career. This isn't even the best performance of Angel's season so far, so that's nice. In 4th and 3rd, I'll go with both of the Washington games. The one on the road is going to be higher because it was without Camilla, so she had to carry more. Also, she had less turnovers and was way more clutch in that game. These were amazing performances, and the Mystics are a better team than Connecticut, so that helps. But also, narratively, these games mattered more. I've already been over this stuff once, not going to go over it here, but Angel versus Kiki was a real debate in May and early June. I like Kiki a lot, but Angel can't let them compare her to a rookie, so I just like that Angel went out there, dominated the matchup, and closed the door in those conversations, and now she's in top 10 player conversations. In 2nd place, I have the Los Angeles Sparks game, without Camilla, although the one with Camilla was a solid game as well, makes the top 10 for sure. This Sparks team wasn't as good as the Mystics, but there's other aspects that are just way too good to ignore, like the fact that it was on national TV, it was a complete 4th quarter masterclass, and they won the game. The Sky were actually down by 1 point going through the 4th quarter, but in the 4th quarter, for the first 4 minutes, Angel had a complete stretch of dominance in all aspects. Defense, playmaking, scoring, and the Sky rode that momentum all the way to a win. If she wasn't already an All-Star, which was likely at that point, then this was the game that clinched her All-Star spot for this year. And at number 1, it's the 2nd Minnesota Lynx game, the game that the Sky won. This just had to be number 1. It's a great performance against the best team in the league, the MVP favorite, and it was on national TV. There was absolutely no answer for Angel in this game, not even the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, that's the list. There were a lot of snubs, but that's a good thing because I made a top 5 list after last season where I can only think of like 1 or 2 snubs. The top 5 were definitive, so the fact that they're snubs and it's only halfway through the season, that's amazing.